All right, we're live. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello,
I
hello.
got everybody here. I got all my ladies with me.
That's right.
How you guys doing?
Good,
I,
good.
How was your week?
It's been
I was
great.
Okay.
It's just been
Sarah, glad
started.
you're feeling better.
I hear feedback. Somebody got a feedback going on. Who is it?
Let's see. Pushing phones back.
My volume.
Turn. I had a teeny weeny bit of volume. Okay.
All right, Tish, I can hear something. You got a feedback too.
Okay.
You
Is
can
your
hear it
volume
now?
on your phone?
Testing, testing,
Yeah, yes, I still can hear it.
testing,
You
testing.
got your headphones on?
I have my headphones.
Okay.
What about me?
I don't hear that as much as I hear from Tish. Say it again, Tish.
I don't hear, but I can barely hear anybody.
Okay, because I
The
definitely can
volume is
hear
so
you.
low.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure my volume is all the way down. Okay. What about now? Say something, Tish.
I don't hear anything. It sounds good.
It
I can
sounds
hear,
good.
but it's just
Yeah, I
low.
can. It sounds good. Tara, say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can. All right, ladies. Well, we are back together again. The three of us. I love it. I am a really
Hey.
driver. And this is the Ria's O'Shea podcast that me and these lovely ladies, cosmetology ladies, all get together on Monday at 9 o'clock and we talk about everything hair and skin. And we just put our little 2 cents in that what we know from experience, not something that we heard, something we thought we saw. This is something real life. We live this every day. Myself, I am not behind the chair anymore. I did my bid of 25 plus years, but I have a product called Arias O'Shea. And that product is used from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. My powerful testimony is my hair was 3 inches, and now you see the length of it. And yes, this is all mine. I don't have any extensions, and it's all natural, naturally grown. I use the product for my skin. And me and Tish, we talk about that. We share that a lot. It's a wonderful product for your whole body. And I also have other lines of products as well. So, check me out. Go to RiaZOshea.com. And I'm on, of course, this is Instagram and StreamYard, but you can find me on all the social media platforms. Check out my testimonies, check out the other products that I also carry. But when we here, we're talking about how all that all wraps up into one. And we talk about hair issues and skin issues on Monday night. And we got our little powerhouse. We start off talking about each other and admiring each other like we should, like sisters. And then we get into the topic. And tonight the topic is we're talking about hair and climates and season changes. So you guys, you're gonna have a great one tonight because that is very, very um it's actually something you need to know when you start moving around in the United States and abroad, how to style your hair, how to treat your hair, and how the hair is going to treat you in these different climates and seasons. So with that being said, Tara, since you wasn't here last week, welcome back. Would you like to do your introduction, sweetheart? Because you can only
Absolutely.
tell it. You can tell it the only way you can tell it.
Hey. Well, I
Hey.
am so glad to be back on track. I'm still a little bit under the weather, as you may not be able to hear right now. So this is perfect timing for us to discuss climate and how it affects our hair, and not just our hair, but our bodies. So, my name is Tara Oliver. I am a certified trichologist and master cosmetologist, owner of T. Oliver Hair Studio and T. Oliver Hair Care, located in Norcross, Georgia. I have over 25 years of experience as a master cosmetologist, as well as 8 years as a trichologist. And I am just a third of this 75 plus years um, of trio that we have here. And I am excited to be part of this group and to add value to, our conversation tonight and the audience that we have. Just a quick background. I am truly an educator by heart. I educate not only other stylists, but my clients. And now we have this platform to educate even further. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just happy to be back, guys. I missed y'all last week.
We missed you too.
I missed y'all. So I'm so happy to be back. Please forgive me. I'm still a little under the weather, so I don't have that much energy, but I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing everything I got.
Being here is all the energy we need. We know you there. That's the most important part.
Yes.
Well, further ado, we're not going to waste any time with this sister right here. This is Letitia, and Letitia is going to introduce herself because she said she wasn't going to get sick. She claimed that thing. She was like, "Oh, you got to go from here." So she's here, and thank you very, very much, young lady, for being here with us tonight. And introduce yourself.
Well, thank you. My name is Letitia Allen Joseph, and I am 30 plus years in the business. I started at a very early age, gracefully. I moved here to Georgia 2011. I am a master cosmetologist, barber, and more. I say more because as a licensed cosmetologist, we do know the three of us can also say that we do more than just hair behind the chair. We are therapists, we are mentors, we are sometimes even spiritual guides. So we kind of help navigate our clients through life with their hair choices, with their hair desires, and a lot of times with their own personal walk. So we do a lot of navigating and working magic from the chair, and hair is one of our many, many ways that we can do that. We enjoy what we do. We are creative. We are craftsmen. We are mothers, and we're passionate about what we do. I've been passionate about this industry for a very long time. I like to say it chose me. I did not choose it, and it wasn't letting me go. So I had to give in. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy what I do. And meeting these amazing women along the way has been a beautiful, beautiful journey. And so I'm currently at Savvy Elite Hair Studio, Hair Salon in Tyrone. The salon originally was Savvy Elite Hair Studio. And then that was from 2016 to 18. And then we moved and we transitioned the name to Savvy Elite Hair Salon. So I use that interchangeably. My Instagram, you will find on Savvy Hair Tyrone. You will find that I'm still very active on that and on the Savvy Elite. So we kind of go in between the two worlds, but same person. So if you see Tyrone and Savvy Salon, yes, that would be me. So I'm excited about tonight's topic because leaving the Maryland, D.C. area, coming to Atlanta, there were many changes.
Especially with the hair and skin, right?
Absolutely. The weather made a big difference in how long I could wear my hair silked out versus how long I could wear it curly. So that was exciting to get a little bit more of less humidity and being natural. You want to enjoy some of the hair more, the silkening out or what have you, but the weather does dictate a lot. So I'm excited to have this topic tonight because we can go a long way with that.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off because I know my ladies have a lot to talk about, and I'm just interested to see the different stories that they're going to share by being in the salon about this. They see the difference between, we don't have a hard winter. They don't have a hard winter here, but in Atlanta. But I'm here to tell you, you can definitely see the difference. And I'm going to start off tonight. If anybody watched the interview that we did with the Portia show, and we was asked about how many weeks do we take to shampoo our hair. And I remember, Tara, were you 2 weeks?
Mhm.
You were
Or
2 weeks
less.
out.
Mhm.
Tish, right? Tish
2 weeks or
was
less.
2 weeks or less, and Tish, you were 3 weeks, 3 to 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I said I was 6. I do 6. So I'm, and the reason I brought that up is because using my products, I can get 6 weeks easy. So with the climate, that's why I love this subject. The climate change from Atlanta to Virginia or to Philadelphia is so totally different. I am going, Wednesday will be 5 weeks. This is 5 weeks since I shampooed my hair. And now you know the gray. I'm natural. So when you see the gray, don't talk about, oh, she's gray. I'm gray. You can see I'm gray. Show you my scalp because the first episode that we did, we talked about the scalp. Matter of fact, the next episode we talked about the scalp. But I'm going to show you my scalp. I want you to actually see it, that to show the difference between the climates and of course with my product. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not flaking. It's 5 weeks. It'd be 5 weeks on, I said Wednesday is Tuesday, actually tomorrow. It'd be 5 weeks. So I got a whole nother week before I shampoo and break my hair down. But I want you to actually see this. Now this is my scalp. Now you know people can't do this on national TV. On TV, some people like, oh, you don't know what's gonna happen. But do you see my scalp? This is 5 weeks. How many of you can say that you can look at your scalp after 5 weeks and you don't have stuff falling out there beside the refrigerator and the bathroom, the sink, and all that? But this is 5 weeks. And you see, I still have body.
Beautiful.
Flow, and this is my scalp. I want you guys to see it. Let me get a little closer. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's not flaky. It's not flaky. Other than the gray hair, my scalp is healthy. And when you in a climate area that's favorable to your hair, that helps so much. It really and
With
truly
the
does.
experience in Philly, how was the hair? How did it, you know?
It was very dry.
Okay.
It was very dry, but my style would last because the air was dry and it was cold outside. But still, my scalp was very dry.
Mm-hmm.
It was flaking. I did deal with the flaking, but it still was dry. But my style, like I said, I could wear my straight hair because the humidity wasn't bad. But they did have humidity in the summertime, but it was still not as bad as it would be like in Virginia or in Florida, or for some reason Georgia don't grab that. It's got to be the rain has to come through Georgia and then it got to be real hot and dry, a moisture in. But in the Atlanta part, I don't get that. But the closer to the water, oh my goodness, it's a wrap. I'll be frizzy. I'll be frizzy. Nothing will never stay straight. Nothing.
Yeah.
Especially with people who have natural hair. Even with if you got a relaxer, if it's a lot of moisture in the air, your hair is still not going to act right. Your ends are going to be frizzy. Something is just not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to share it with you tonight because that's a big problem with a lot of, especially African American women. We don't like wearing natural hair because they're like, oh my God, my scalp is dry. I'm always flaking. So, I get a relaxer. Well, you get the relaxer. If you're in the wrong climate, well, I'm not going to say the wrong climate because I can't tell you where to live. But if you're in a climate that's not favorable to your skin or to your hair, so it could go both ways too. I mean, if you feel dry up north and you come down south and you feel a lot moist, that's because the climate here, the temperature is different. It's definitely different, and it's favorable to your skin. But sometimes it's not favorable to your hair, and especially if you got real thin, fine hair. The south is not nice to your hair. My hair just, thank God, it has a weight to it, and my hair is thicker, but the climate makes a difference. It really and truly does. And I say that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I definitely want to piggyback on that because I noticed that I can wear my hair more after the fall, wear it more straight because it's not so humid here in the fall. going into the winter, so the late fall, because Atlanta has a longer fall, which I can appreciate. I love the fall; that's one of my favorite seasons. But as far as going closer to the January, like late December, I can get more out of my hair. But for the most part, I wear my hair all season long, all year long, more curly. So it's natural. And I don't dry out because I'm constantly keeping my hair moisturized with the water. Um, I normally kind of let the steam in the shower. I don't fully saturate 90% of the time. I do just the moisture steam and then with my products. Um, but I do keep my hair very moist with just a water base um, in the shower because that gives me the look that I'm looking for. And I can go several days without a full saturation, which also prevents me from having to shampoo it so often because I use a lot of that water. I use water as my friend, and I tell my clients, water is your friend. When you're in your relaxer mindset, water is not your friend. You do not want to get that hair wet when you're trying to do a silk out or what have you. But when you're natural and you're wearing it curly, and you notice that that root is always a little bit more fuzzy, don't be afraid to wet that hair. Get some water down in there.
Right. Yes.
And the hair will applaud you. I get so many positive responses when clients say, "Oh my gosh, I use that technique when you say just add a little bit more water to your fingertips and put it in the area where it's really dry." The hair responds so much better. And I tell the clients, do not comb that hair when it's in its driest state. Always add some moisture to it. If it's just a little bit of water, that goes a long way to kind of loosen up that root area. Just to give it some water, just to break down that tightness at the root. Go ahead and run just a little bit of water at the root to kind of soften that hair. And then you can go a lot further without having to start with a dry finish. Dry, just kind of combing it, because you'll see the hair just starts to kind of snap away, break away. So it's very imperative to keep moisture and water on that hair when it's in its curly state. And then in the summertime, I really enjoy that because I'm a wet and go girl all day. But my clients, I tell them, don't be afraid of the water. Embrace it if you're gonna do the whole natural thing in this weather. Because a lot of people are moving from California here. Now they have to adjust because it's a difference in the moisture in California than here. But they tend to gravitate towards the Atlanta weather very well. People that's from Florida, same thing. They do a pretty good job. But people from up north, that's where the adjustment comes from. Because it is a different climate, and so their hair has to adjust. And I'm not even familiar, but Maria, have you heard about like the harsh water here? A lot of people say that their hair responds differently because of the water. So I'm pretty sure that plays a role too. Tara,
It does.
the harsh water here?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's because a lot of is it
definitely-
copper? Is it copper or iron? What is it that they have in
That's
this
not my
water?
area of expertise. So.
Okay. Right. Tara, can
it
you
be
speak
some
on
of the
that?
harsh metals in the water?
Okay, minerals. Okay.
And so the water makes the water harder. Even here locally, we have different water sources. Some people get their water from the Chattahoochee River, like the Conyers area. And just from a drinking perspective, I find that water to be a little sweeter than here in Gwinnett. My water seems to be a little bit harder. So it just depends on the area. But yeah, it will affect your hair, it will dry out your hair, it will dry out your scalp. And so we have to make the adjustments, to our regimen. And to your point, like Maria was talking about her regimen, and you're talking about your regimen, 6 weeks, 3 weeks, my 2 weeks. Even though I love wearing my blonde weave, I'm a naturally curly girl. So, I have to shampoo frequently because of my lifestyle and because of my scalp. And I feel like we have to make those adjustments depending on the climates that we're in.
Exactly.
But with how we're shampooing, the type of shampoo we're applying, how we condition, how long we condition, all that good stuff. So we have to actually make the adjustment in the regimen as much as we have to identify that the change and the shift is happening in the hair. And I think sometimes we miss that. So when people move into this area, they just carry on like they did when they were
Right.
living
Yes.
up north or down south when they go from down south to up north. But you got to adjust your regimen a little bit, with your products. So can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you great.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to, I was gonna piggyback off of what you were saying, Tish, and you brought the hard water up. That the different climates that we live in, I think that we have to acknowledge how we use our styling tools and acknowledge how we use our shampoos and the frequency. So, I mean, our regimen should be based on our lifestyle, and our lifestyle is determined by our climate. And the season's changing. Seasons inward, we talked about that earlier. This season on our podcast, through menopause, all the way to here we are
Yes,
from summer to
that's right.
fall. So
That's right. That is correct.
that's important.
I'm kind of struggling trying to hear Tara. I'm trying to.
Can you
She
hear
sounds
me?
faint to me.
I feel I sound low.
I hear fine.
You hear me fine? Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm hearing you through the Instagram better than StreamYard, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
But I can hear you,
You guys
both of
can hear
you.
me?
Okay. Good.
But I don't hear no feedback. Praise the Lord.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Praise the
And
usually,
comments have said that we sound good. Like, can they
nice.
get some good feedback from our
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This time of year, I'm a little backwards. Usually, and probably the next episode before we go into the Christmas holiday, I usually, and Tish knows this, 6 to 8 months out of the year, my hair is 2-strand twist. I love my 2-strand twist. I love my natural hair. The only reason it's straight this long is because I had a lot of interviews, a lot of appearances on TV and different podcasts. But usually I do not wear my hair this long straight because I just think it needs a break. And so hopefully next time you see me, I have my 2-strand twist, or I have something natural. But that plays a big part, because if I was up north, I would definitely have wore it straight during this period of time, and it would have been natural during the summertime, just like Tish was saying before, because the humidity is so bad during the summertime. Even you wear it straight, you're going to sweat it out. The humidity, whether you sweat it out or not, the humidity is going to just, don't let a bad rain come through. It's over. It's a wrap. Because by the time you walk outside, your hair just swells up like.
Oh yeah.
You're like part. You got part afro, part some straight. It's a mess. So, but yeah. And when the weather is real, real cold, do you notice that you don't get the static down south like you get it up north? Up north, your hair just be flying all by itself. Have y'all ever experienced that?
Oh yeah, I have.
Okay, all right. The hair just, it's like it's electric. And it just go, ooh, and it's the air. It's the air. It's when it's real dry like that, the hair will just come out. It's the craziest.
I had a client last week.
You have to have some. Yeah. You can have a client have that last week.
I'm literally brushing her hair, and the static is just like.
Yes.
She goes through that all the time, but she's normally always curly, and she was preparing for a photo shoot, so we silked her out, and then the blow drying, and then after I finished,
and you know what? Last week was drying. Wasn't last week pretty dry?
What was her date?
Because the rain didn't come until the end of the week.
For December, so maybe a week and a half.
Okay.
10 to 12 days in, so almost 12. Yeah, she really, and I was like, I had to put some oil on it because she was.
But you know what else it is though with the static? Not only just the air, but then the clothes that we wear when the climate changes. It acts as a conductor of electricity. That's what static is.
That's good.
So
That's
when it's
good.
cold, we got wool, cashmere, we got a blend. So now it is just activating that static even more.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yep. And sometimes I'll have to tell my clients, okay, we got to remove your shirt. We'll have to put on a client robe because it will continue to conduct that electricity through the hair. And it depends on your body too, because we are all absorbing energy all around us. So it will vary from person to person. One person may not even have that issue, wearing wool and getting static versus another person. So
and
it
that goes
definitely
for
does vary.
hats. Like you say, hats, scarves.
Oh yeah.
You got. I mean, Tara, you brought up a really that was really good because you're absolutely right. People who wear a lot of scarves around their neck, during the wintertime, getting cold. But if that scarf is causing that static, that's why your hair is doing. Like, oh my God, what is going on?
It's not only is the weather so hard on us, but then the way that, like you said, how we wear our scarves. And I used to have to, I think Tish brought it up in another podcast. I used to have to educate my clients and tell them, listen, put a silk scarf underneath that wool scarf because it was literally grabbing and taking their hairline out, their neckline out.
Yes.
You would literally, I have a picture of a client who had like a very bright gold sweater, scarf, wool scarf around her neck, and it was attached. The fibers were attached to her nape line, literally. It was attached to the back of her. And I told her, I said, those fibers are rubbing out and rubbing your hair out. It's beyond just the climate itself, but then the clothes that we're wearing in this climate, it makes a big difference. It will rub the back of your neck out. So
that old wool. Remember when your parents would say, never wear wool, always put a silk scarf if you do have a wool coat or hat because it will rub off your hair. Absolutely. Cover that coat up with a silk scarf so it won't rub off. But yeah, I've seen that. And hats, wool hats, and clients who have breakage across wherever that hat is resting, wherever it's resting, because trying to keep the head warm, but you end up having to cut your hair in the summertime because the winter will get dark. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Absolutely.
And also too, we talk about climates and season changes, but I'm here to tell you people, when you get sick, your hair gets sick too. It looks sick. So when you get that cold and you're in the bed and your hair is dry, it's drying out because the rest of your body is responding to it. So that's real. People don't realize that, but that's real. So you got to keep moisturizing. I know a lot of people don't want, no weight on their hair. I got it. I get it. I mean, look at my hair. I don't want it heavy either. But you got to remember, when you start drying out, when you get sick, that's the way your body responds.
Yes.
So that's when you got to up your game.
And it's funny you mentioned that, Maria, because during the pandemic,
I know y'all saw a lot of stuff.
Oh my goodness!
Please share.
It was scary. They had this thing called COVID hair, stress hair, where people were so stressed out, the hair would just mat in clumps and clusters. I had clients to come to me, some new, some I had never seen before, and then some regulars. High levels of stress.
Wow.
Anxiety. They called it COVID hair because the hair would just mat in clusters, and they would end up it was almost like the hair was dreading without them even trying. It was just, you had to kind of de-web the hair. And then it would just kind of fall out in patches. I had never seen anything like this in my 30 years of doing this business, because this was something new that took everybody by storm. And a lot of women had to cut off their hair to try to nurse that back. It was almost irreparable. You had to cut it off. They were going to doctors, and the doctors were seeing this for the first time, and they called it COVID hair. They deemed it as COVID hair and high stressed hair. I have a client that's going through that right now, whether she's highly stressed, her daughter is not well, and the hair is starting to mat and tangle. Beautiful texture. She's actually also using the O'Shea hemp, which is
Beautiful.
helping her hair in so many areas. It
Oh,
feels
wow.
amazing. When she comes in, she's been using the hemp, but soon as we do a deep cleanse to remove the oils, the hair just finds itself matting back up because she's under high stress. So our bodies, like you said, Maria, our bodies and our hair is an example, it's an extension of what we're going through.
Oh, yes.
So you are what you eat, you are what you're dealing with, and your anxiety, it comes out in what they say, hair, nails, skin, the appendages of the body.
That's very interesting.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. It left me pretty speechless, and
I wanted to add to
when
that.
it came to that,
Yeah.
that was something that I had never seen. So now, when I see clients that have a very unique situation in their personal lives, I can now say, okay, what type of stress are you under? Okay.
That's it. I love it. I love it.
Yes,
That's yes.
when you're under high levels of stress and anxiety, the hair does react. That's why I say when you do the right things by your hair, it applauds you. But
Yes.
if your body is
Right.
going through something, it definitely lets you know.
Right. Yes,
There's
you
a
are.
medical
You
term for
are
that.
what you are. When you see somebody, you like, oh, they live good. They got a healthy living. They're doing okay because it comes out.
It does.
But when you see all that other stuff, like you say, whether it's the hair, your skin, a lot of acne, whatever it is, and your skin and your hair not right, you're doing something. You eating too many French fries, lay off the shake, something.
Yeah.
Something you need to get it together. Tara, what were you going to say, sweetie?
I was going to say, yeah, it's definitely a medical term for that. That's telogen effluvium. And so it's traumatic stress to the body, and the body's going to respond. It's not going to absorb nutrients properly. You're going to have an excessive weight gain or weight loss. So all that is a reflection, of what's happening in the body. So all that matting is probably absence of protein, minerals, vitamins, you name it, because the body is deficient. Therefore, the hair is going to be deficient with it as well. I've experienced that personally. Not personally, but in my salon, in my clinic, with clients coming in and experiencing the COVID hair, as doctors was mentioning that. But honestly, I feel like during that time, we didn't have sufficient supplies, and clients were not accustomed to servicing or shampooing their hair at home on their own. So now they were kind of spoiled, and they did not have the tools to navigate during the closure of the salons and during the transition of getting back or being afraid to come back in the salons, And one thing that we were doing, we were selling kits to our clients. So I didn't have no big extreme stories with that because I was coaching them through it. But yeah, clients literally did not know how to care for their hair. And then think about it, most people had excessive weight gain during that time frame. So now the diet had changed and shifted, so the hormones were changing and shifting with it as well. So yeah, we are definitely in a better place now, and I think that if we, God forbid, if anything like that was to ever happen again, I think that we will want to have that heads up. We got some great products, amongst us to use and to push through, right?
Yeah.
But it's a scary sight.
It
To
was.
see someone lose their hair and for it to just come out and release.
Yes. And just like I said, knowing that you're trying to make adjustments in your body, you're talking about, far as weight gain or just healthiness, it's by itself. And then now we just dumped something else on them. We just told them it could be your climate, baby. It could be the season. You shedding because it'll change from the fall. It's getting ready to go into the winter. You might lose a little bit more hair.
Yes, we replicate the environment just like the trees have to shed.
Yep.
The flowers shed, and so does our hair. So you will see an increase of shedding towards that time of year as the season changes. Absolutely.
And y'all don't want to talk about menopause. I think I probably had a whole new hair piece over here. I mean, my hair shedded a lot. I can't believe I still got hair because when I was going through that whole year of my menopausal, I was losing a lot of hair. I mean, go in the bathroom and run your feet across the sink, and you could just pile up the hair. And I was like, what if it's what is going on? So, like I said, knowing your body, that's 100%. You got to know your body.
Yeah,
that's one. But then also, like I said, tonight we talk about the different seasons and the climates. That's a big issue as well. I can only imagine the people in Alaska. How does the hair head? Yeah, I want to know. I don't know. I anybody from Alaska, please join our podcast tonight and tell us about your hair.
You know what?
It's cold up there.
Yeah,
and I can only imagine how that hair is holding up because it's
cold.
I
had a husband and wife to come through the salon this past weekend from Alaska.
No.
Yes, they were on Thailand or Tokyo, and they called and I had to service his locks, so he had locks, and his wife had she had gotten her cornrows because they were going into a warm climate, and she was saying how coarse her roots are. Like she said, she don't even have baby hair; it's so dry. So she was talking about how her texture is dry and things of that nature.
You answered my question.
See her hair because it was, fully braided up, but he had the locks, so he wanted a detox. He wanted a retwist and things of that nature. He said on his way back, he's going to come back through before he goes back home to Alaska. So it's funny that you mentioned that. It was a husband and wife, and they were stopping by and wanted their hair serviced.
Oh my goodness! You answered my question there because I was just curious.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't pay me to live in Washington State. I don't even know how, because it's so rainy up there.
Over there in Seattle, like Seattle.
Yes, it is rainy. They got all of that. They can keep that. I need some sunshine majority of the time. Right. And I can on my hair, I would have to wear it natural. There's no way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this is just awesome. I'm hoping that our viewers are getting something out of this, because this is important.
Absolutely.
Like I said, when you're making all your decisions where you're going to live, you have to take your hair. You got to take into consideration. You got to put that in the queue too.
First thing they look for, who gonna service my hair? Who do they got hairstylists?
You got that right. You got that right. You are absolutely right. Who is gonna service my hair?
Right. That's funny.
Who's a stylist? Can she do natural hair?
Exactly.
Can she do a silk press? What can she do? Yeah, that's very important. That was one of my concerns when I moved from Philadelphia to Atlanta. But I was blessed because the stylist I met in Philly that lived in Atlanta, I saw her work, and I was like, when I come to Georgia to visit, I'm gonna stop by. And I stopped by, and she did my hair. And when she did my hair, I was like, okay, when I move down here, I know where I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
do a test.
Oh, I had to do a test run. I had to do a test run. Yes, baby.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about some of the tools, like for our naturally straight clients during these, winter and summer months.
Yes.
And a lot of times people come in my salon and they can't tell who's relaxed and who's natural when they're naturally curly, naturally straight. And it has a lot to do with the tools and then our process. Tish, I know you use hydration, and I use a system. We talked about that before, but we always talk about like systems that we use when it comes to our shampoos and our conditioners and our finishing products. But what about the systems that we use for our styling tools? Mm-hmm. And I think that that's very important, because our styling tools are like the aid in smoothing the cuticle, because the only thing that can smooth the cuticle is heat. So we have the blow dryer that's going to smooth it, and then we have the flat iron that's going to seal it. So we're gonna lock in the moisture. So unless you come into like direct contact with moisture, you should be able to maintain your locks nice and smooth. So that is one of my trademarks in my salon, because my clients stay naturally straight 2 to 3 weeks in between their shampoo visits, to the point where they don't want to shampoo on the frequency that their particular regimen calls for. Um,
My hair still
but
look
it has
good.
a lot to do with,
Look.
yeah, exactly.
See,
A
my
lot
hair
to
look
do with
good.
the
I wish
tools
somebody
that
would
I'm
tell me
using
to
on you.
shampoo my hair. I'm like, wait a minute. I got one more week. I'm one more week,
You gonna
baby.
push it.
One more. I'm gonna get my one more week.
Right.
Okay? Y'all gonna stop playing with me.
Exactly.
And like I said, it might not look like this on Monday because I might have changed the style, but I'm gonna work on getting my one more week now. Tell you.
Yeah. So I just I make sure that clients understand like what is making the hair revert back, and I guarantee them in some instances here in Georgia. Now I'm just speaking in Georgia, but different climates, different waters, all that good stuff will kind of dictate the end result. But here locally with my clients, they're able to maintain from salon visits to salon visits, especially in very high humid climates. Now, during this time of the year, one thing I wanted to mention is that we do extra treatments and conditioning treatments to help hydrate the dry scalp, to help moisturize the dry hair, using different oil cocktails with grapeseed oil, avocado oil, which is my favorite, using rosemary, all those good ingredients. I know Maria, and she has all those things in that butter that she uses, and that is incredible. I've been using it and I enjoy it.
I was going
But
to
at
ask
the
Tara.
end of the day,
Some feedback on that.
yes. So it's a new
What
product.
are you using it for, Tara?
Huh?
What are you using the Original Shea for?
Well, I had some eczema patch behind both her ears and one of my legs, my ankles. So I was like, did this clear this up or was it going to clear up? I ain't gonna lie, I was skeptical. I was trying to figure out, you just don't know. And when I tell you, I have been burdened with this spot for probably, I don't know, before this year, all this year, it would not heal. It is healed. It's still discolored, but the skin is smooth. And I just started using it. So, I mean, the body is telling me like I need some moisture, and it actually worked, y'all. It actually worked. And I'm not gonna hold you. Ain't that what they say? I ain't gonna hold you. It's been working great. And even during this time of the year, a lot of our clients, they get dermatitis around the hairline.
Yes.
From ear to ear, or even following on the nape line. So applying that, it don't take much, just a little bit.
It does.
And even beyond Maria's product, using, what will complement your skin type and your skin condition, like the avocado. And I sometimes make up concoctions with rosemary and lavender in it to help soothe that area and to, manage it, because that's what it's about. Managing the scalp and the hair during these climates. We don't have as many issues, and dermatitis can be caused from a lot of different things. But if it's just due to climate and not your diet, then we just got to manage it in between these seasons. If it's caused by the diet, then we got to control that internally, what we're eating. And don't forget, guys, during this time, it's holiday time. We eating comfort foods. We got on bigger clothes so we can cover up. We can eat that pie. What I'm saying? We can have that Thanksgiving meal, Christmas, New Year's, however you choose to, bring in this last quarter of the year. And so all of that impacts our scalp. So, considering the climate, considering not just that, but the climate of the festivities that is happening around us. That's real. So I just had to make an adjustment. I just had a client last week, and I said, your scalp is telling on you. And she was like, T, I ate every dairy item you can think of, every sugar. She literally had yeast on her scalp.
And that's real. People don't realize that is real.
That is real, and you can see it. You can determine it by the shape and the size of the flakes, the color of the flakes. And her scalp was literally peeling. Now, mind you, we're only when was Thanksgiving? 2 weeks ago. That's how quick her body responded to it. Her scalp hadn't had any issues. We could not blame it on the weather at that moment, right then and there. It was the climate of the holiday, that climate. You know what I mean? that climate. So it's very important that we identify what happens during this time of the year. It's kind of a twofold.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is definitely a twofold.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Amazing. And I also want people to know this gray hair during this time of the year is relentless. I mean, gray hair it's just disrespectful. It does what everyone it does anyway.
I've
But this
heard.
time of the year is just real disrespectful.
Wait a minute,
So
what you mean
people
you heard? You ain't got no
people
gray?
say, well, why do you
You
wear
said,
your
I
hair
heard.
straight? Always I wear my
You
hair
heard me,
straight
girl,
because
Tish?
I let it do what it wanted to do. Because you're not gonna
Tish.
take me through a whole lot
I'm
of changes.
jealous. She got a little
What,
bit.
what did she say?
Keep going. She got a little bit. Tish, show your gray.
Yeah.
You better have some gray.
Mm-mm.
No, she does not.
I don't color my roots. This is
I got it. Look,
yeah.
I got it.
I
My
have
whole,
very-
my whole
we
top.
gray. I just
My
I
whole
color
got a
top
little
is
bit
white.
around here trying to come in, but I don't have gray throughout my
interior.
hair.
Yeah.
I don't color my roots. I just
I
highlight, but I don't
You
color.
go,
my
girl.
I asked my best friend. I said, "Girl, you think I can rock this white hair?" She said, "Baby, you can rock it." I said, "Okay, well, I ain't ready to rock it yet."
Yeah, I knew that was gonna be
You
the
know, we
moment.
ain't ready yet, but we're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it. But I give you the streak though. I'm letting you know it's there. I ain't trying. I'm
I have
embracing it.
Maria, I
always
think
I'm
you can rock
embracing it.
that. I'm
I'm
gonna tell you that
embracing
right
it.
now.
But,
I've always said if I gray with a strong patch, I'm doing a Cruella de Vil. I've always said that. So I'm going to embrace my silver when they come in.
yes.
But they
Yeah.
haven't come in aggressively enough. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna fight it. I'm not gonna, rush it. But
Tish, you don't look like you're gonna get it.
I know. I'm like, is it gonna come? I'm waiting for it.
Tish, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Oh, okay.
Don't worry
Tara
about
said,
it.
"Don't worry about it."
You ain't gonna get none, sis.
I'm like, come on.
Carry
But,
on. Carry on.
I'll be patient.
All I have to say is whether you're cold or hot, whether you're in a hot climate or a cold climate, please, ladies and gentlemen and children, just drink your water.
Yes.
That really helps hydrate your
Say
hair.
that again.
Please drink your water, not the juice, Kool-Aid.
Right.
Stay away from Panera's lemonade. But I need for you to drink your water
Yeah.
and I think that's probably why I don't have skin issues, because I don't always drink my 6 glasses a day, but I only drink water. And I drink my tea. I have a tea in the morning. I have a regimen that I drink every morning, but I constantly drink water. And that's probably helps too with my scalp and with my skin. I don't have problem with acne and a lot of blemishes. I got a lot of moles, and I have healthy nails, but I'm telling you, the water works. The more water, I'm telling you, it really clears up your skin. It gives you great natural sheen and healthy hair, and your skin be glowing. But you gotta drink the water, not the cake, not all the other stuff that y'all be trying to eat and say. But I'm drinking some water behind it, because you gotta know. You need to drink the water without the cake. You need to drink the water because you need the water to live. That makes a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I agree.
and that's why you see a lot of people that live in those warm climates that eat a lot of rice. They drink a lot of water because it's hot over there, so they're drinking water. They can't always get a drink unless they just constantly got something sweet in the refrigerator. But they got nice, strong. The hair is nice and strong. I don't eat a lot of rice, but my hair is strong. My hair is strong. I drink a lot of water.
Over here, rice is your enemy.
Never like, because you can go this way with rice over here.
You put the X on rice. I'm like, what kind of rice are they eating over there? Because they don't never gain. We eat rice over here. I'm
trying to tell you, drinking the water tastes with the rice.
Oh Lord!
If I look at rice, it ain't happening.
Right.
Don't even worry about it. Don't put no rice on my plate, please.
Right. It's like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. I love rice, but I know what's gonna do to me.
But I do like rice, but I try to do brown rice, but I don't eat rice every day. So no, but I do drink a lot of water. I do.
Yes.
But yeah, so for it's cold outside, so you guys got any tips for updos or any tips about any hairstyles?
Well, I know when it's cold, people want to wear their hair down. You know,
Okay.
for me personally, I can feel the draft on that neck
Mhm.
and my ears. So I'm like, I hate for my ears to be cold. So I prefer my hair down
Okay.
in the winter because it's a thing. I have very sensitive ears. I don't want to tell you, but when it comes to that cold, I don't want. I mean, I'm in earmuffs. I'm in the scarf wrapped around my ears, around my neck, um, because I don't like that cold feeling
Mm-hmm.
around my ears and my neck. So I will bundle up. I am the bundled up
Queen.
queen. When your mama said, make sure you bundle up and cover that chest, I'm that chick. I remember what my mama said. And
She said, "The mama said, I like
that's
that."
right. Mama said, bundle up and cover that chest.
Mhm.
So a lot of styles for this time of year, I will, if I angle hair to the side for a client or for myself, I've kind of pushed that energy onto them and say, you want something down because it is colder outside. But for my short haircut ladies, they're accustomed, do a lot of tapered cuts for our women who have transitioned completely out of chemicals. They're just wearing their natural. A lot of women are retired and they don't want, and they work out, so they want very little hair. So I'm barbering, I'm clipper cutting, and it looks great on them. And they can put a scarf on and a hat. They'll come in with a hat, baseball cap, or what have you to trap that heat in. So it really hasn't stopped women from doing what they want to do with their hair if they want to wear it short or what have you, because they look amazing with it. But they
Right.
just wear extra scarf and a hat, But for me personally, yeah, I got to drop the hair down on my knee, on my ears and my neck due to the fact that I don't like to be cold. And most people, they don't seem to have an issue with that. That's just my personal pet peeve.
Well, another thing I want to
You want to
suggest.
keep them warm, huh, Tish?
One thing I want to suggest too, when you and I will tell my clients if I still got clients. I don't do the hair, but I still got clients. Just always remember to stay away from products that's got that alcohol in it, because
yeah.
that's drying it. The climate is drying, then you don't need to add more dry. Just, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. Just check your products.
Yeah.
I mean, because that plays a part too. We're talking about the climate, we're talking about the season, but everything. You have to really be in harmony with everything when it comes down to your hair and your skin.
Yes.
And when you have drying products on your skin and on your hair or on your scalp, it really tells the series. It really tells the story.
Yeah.
And it shows up, like you say, Tish, in the worst kind of way.
Yeah.
Or Tara, like you saw the young lady that had something going on her scalp that you never seen before.
Like a yeast.
So yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, because it's got to come out. It's got to come out some kind of way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is very true, Maria. A lot of products have the alcohol because they dry quickly. And so I always let my clients know these products that we're using are alcohol free. Emphasize that. So then they know what to look for. A lot of times they don't, as long as the product is getting the job done according to them, they're not digging into the depth of what's in the product doing the job. And so alcohol is huge in a lot of products, which can dry, irritate, and wake up conditions of the scalp that could have been lying dormant. So it's very, very true to make sure you inform your clients. Make sure it doesn't have any alcohol, because we do the
or any drying agent. It don't have to just be alcohol. It could be anything that's very drying. So, like I said, if you can't pronounce it, and it's a lot of stuff I can't pronounce, but if if the word is this long,
right,
there's a problem. I promise you, if it's that long, it's a problem.
It may not be,
might not be something you want on your product if it's that long.
And I wanted to add too, we got to be mindful of how long we expose them to the drying time.
Yes. Yes,
But
in
then
the
it gets
salon.
there.
Yes.
We have to be mindful of how long we expose our clients to drying time, especially during the drier climates.
Mm,
So when they're wearing their naturally curly styles, that's normally a two-part service in my salon. They'll come back the next day. They may dry for about 20 minutes or so, and then they'll dry the rest of the way, overnight. And that's going to serve their scalp more than anything, as well as the hair. But
mhm.
imagine the scalp, your skin being exposed to the sun for, an hour at a time. Well, take that heat, and it's the heat that we have in these dryers. It's not conventional. I mean, we're talking about it's infrared heat, not far infrared heat. And the difference is far infrared heat is a more therapeutic, but infrared heat is direct heat. And so it could be very, very harsh on the skin and the hair. So we want to just kind of adjust our exposure during this time of the year with our clients.
Great point.
Maybe we can create a regimen or a
That's a
schedule
great
where they're
point.
drying partially in the salon and then coming back, or even if we adjust the temperature of the dryer. But we got to be mindful because they're going to have a scaling, a layer of skin that will scale or, um, scale up, off their scalp
Right.
just because
Great
it's,
point.
it's too dry.
It
It's
is.
way too
That's a real
dry.
good point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies, I think we did what we set out to do. We gave the viewers something to think about, to
Yeah.
take into consideration. Like I said, every Monday night we're here
We're
to
here.
basically we dishing out the tea about the hair and skin,
Yeah.
and not only what we know, but what was taught, what we experienced. And that's just the feedback we're giving to you. You might not agree with it. You might have people to say, oh, that's not true. But guess what? This is our experience. And this is the Real Zoshay podcast. And we have it every Monday night, and we have a topic. And we elaborate on the topic because these two ladies right here with me, Tish and Tara, they're living it every day. Been there and done that. Loved it when I did it. But now I go out and I just see the results. And I'm telling you, it's quite interesting. You need to listen to your hairstylist. And if you find a hairstylist that's not telling you the truth, you know what you need to do. What is that, Tish and Tara?
Move on.
Move on. You need to
Do
move
some
on.
research on,
That's right. Or join us every Monday night. And if you have a question that you can't get answered, please, we love feedback. We love feedback. We love
I'm
questions.
looking forward to that, Maria.
So you, we want questions because everybody has the questions, and sometimes they don't feel comfortable talking to the stylist. Well, you're looking at what'd you say, Tara, 75 years plus? We got it. 75 years plus, we can answer any question you have for us. Even the stylist, if you got a question, we got an answer for you too. So don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. So with that being said, we're going to see you guys next Monday night. The following Monday is Christmas. So we want to say happy, I'm going to say happy Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, because we will not be on the podcast those 2 Monday nights. I promise you. So don't get excited. Talking about, oh, it's Monday night. The 25th and the 31st, we will not be here. So do not look for us. That's the public announcement for tonight. So we will see you next Monday. And after that, we're going to have 2 weeks off so we can get ready for you for 2024. So we can bring some more. Isn't that something? It's right there. 2024, ladies.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Yes.
Ready.
Woo, so much is going on in 2024. And thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you. We love you. And until next Monday, we'll see you then. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.